The lessons are designed to be really interesting and full of color. We have lots of colored pictures, and each of the lessons have a creative act attached, at least one. This one here, this is under time and history, and the instructions say, with colored string, create a bracelet of time and history to wear on your wrist. When the bracelet breaks off, make a wish. So here we have our string, and I'm going to choose these three colors here because I want them to match, my bracelet to match my shoes. So, okay, I've got my colors. Now what? Instructions. Choose a color to represent the past. Learn a story about something that happened in the past. Now this is where the mother mentor would do some guiding and be able to teach the child about a story in history. And this can be a story that happened to George Washington in America. It could be a story about Buddha over in Asia. It could also be a personal story. So I remember, let's see, a story about the past. I remember a time when I was sitting in a meeting and my little girl Hallie was there, and she saw a string hanging off my silk sweater, and she decided to pull that little string until it made a hole on my sleeve. So that's the story about the past, and I'm going to choose this color here to represent that story. Number 2, choose a color to represent the present. Do something to create a story to tell. This is where the mother mentor would guide a child through an experience, and it would leave an impression by choosing a color attached to it. So to save time, we're not going to create an experience right now. We're going to keep on going. Number 3, choose a color to represent the future. Using the story from the past and the story from the present, write down a short story that could happen in the future. Begin your story with once upon a time and end your story with the end. So I'm going to choose this color here to represent my future, or the future, and then I'm going to go create a creative story. And then number 4, make your bracelet by following these instructions. And then we go on to learn how to create a bracelet. So these are some of the ones that we've done in the past. This is one of them. And this one here, we added some beads to represent, the white represented the past, and the green was the present, and the blue bead was the future. So we've played around a lot with beads and strings and bracelets, and that's what inspired the creative act under the time and history lesson.